Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from the Transformers Legacy Evolution line. This is Maximal Leo Prime. Leo Prime is obviously a release of the Beast Wars, Japanese Beast Wars 2 character Leo Convoy. And this is about the fourth time or so that we've gotten a US released version of this character. I think it's kind of cool. So, very nice lion mode. The white lions, really cool. And from the right angles, you really don't see any of the robot parts. Um, Definitely something to really keep an eye on. There is the beast attack mode when you can flip out the main here. And, ooh, good. Oh, and I just lost one of his blasters in the main, but blasters flip out, and then you have these side panels that can flip out, just like so. And now there are blasters that are stored in the back. I will show you those when we get to transformation, but they would peg in the side. And there you go. And the blaster here just pegs into the top. Now in the original toy, these were spring-loaded missile launchers, and the main could spin. The mouth can open and close, but it would be like a whole robot and everything. So yeah, it's a really cool looking figure. Um, really nice. So yeah, I think that's about it for lion mode. I mean, you got the front articulation here with the paws. You got some. This is really the leg articulation for robot mode. So not too articulated, but it's not that bad. So we will pause. Get it? Pause. And come back for the transformation. Okay, transformation. Well, if you're familiar with these Beast Wars figures, especially the Beast War 2 era, you know they can be a little complicated. And there's little parts forming, shells. So really, it's on Leo Prime here, it's not that bad, but it does get a little iffy. So first what you want to do is loosen up the panels here in the back. And what I like to do is lift up the haunch. That will actually help free up this middle panel, which is the one that you want to lift, since it pegs into the back there. And then bring up the back panel like so. Flip up the tail, get it out of the way, and then come up here and flip up this back part and flip it out. And there are the guns that I was talking about. So you want to keep this you want to keep these like angled up just to keep them out of the way. Next, what you want to do is straighten the lion's legs back just like so, and rotate the paw around at the ankle. And then what we're going to do is straighten the leg out. But you see this red bar. When you first pull it out, you want to snap it back, so like that, and then bring that leg up. And that's the actual knee. And when going into lion mode, make sure you push it back as far as you can, because you might think you're breaking it, but you want it to snap back as far as it can. And then rotate the leg around like so. Do it again on this side. Again, soft D10, and then rotate. And then finally, flip out the heels. And there we have the lower part of the lion transformed. Now we're going to come up here to the mane. And the first thing you want to do, I would say, just to make life a little easy, is flip out these panels again. And this will allow you to unpeg, easily unpeg the side panels. And while you're here, rotate the front paws around so they're facing away. It's very easy to forget to do that. Next, what you can do is get that front mane out of the way. And we're going to come in and separate all of this front panel here. And basically, once that's open that up. Make sure you get both the panels here. We'll show that off in a moment. And let me adjust the camera just so we can get this a little better into view. Because basically, this is now the chest and the arms. And the arms here tab into little tabs here right under the lion's head. So you're going to bring these out. Make sure when you're folding out on the panels, not the armpit joint. And it's just, oh, and you can close up these side panels now just to keep them out of the way. I mean, it does look like it's getting a little messy, but it's actually not that bad. And straighten out the fists, and then you want to rotate at the bicep. Again, make sure you do this at the bicep and not at the shoulder joint. And then go ahead and tuck up the lion paw. Do it on both sides, just like so. Just like so. And then what we can do is bring the panels down and they will peg into the side here. And when you do that, open up what were the panels that covered up the gap in the beast mode all the way. That's just to give yourself a little more room to work with. Next, what you want to do is fold out this panel, fold up the robot mode head, rotate it around, and then push it back that it tabs into place in that cavity. And then finally close up these panels, and you're going to sort of accordion them together. That will close the chest. Now, the instructions show bending the arms at the elbow, and I think that kind of helps in terms of getting things out of the way. I think also bringing the paws forward again will help as well. But what we're going to do now is we're going to rotate the back section here. And you want the lion head going to this side and the tail section going to the other side. So we could do that. That will sort of friction into place. Rotate the lion head forward. Slide it back ever so slightly. Bring down that back panel there. This doesn't peg into anything. It just frictions into place. And then bring up the other shoulder. At this point, you can bring back the paws. You can straighten out the arms. And there we have Leo Prime in its robot mode. Bring down that mane a little. Obviously, it gets a little fiddly when dealing with the arms, especially since these panels don't peg together and the lion's head is just so big. The parts of the mane don't pop out like on the original toy, or fold out, I should say. And, you know, there's that. Now, I had mentioned the guns here. We're just going to go ahead and remove them now, because we're going to get into some of the action features. I really do wish this panel did peg into place somehow, just so it's not floating around. But, you know, it's not that terrible. The first thing you can do is fold out these panels again, and this is how it would work in line mode too. Just peg them into the side, and this is like one of its attack modes, just like so. Now, one thing I am a little disappointed about when it comes to Leo Prime is the fact that the lion's paws don't fold up as cleanly as they do on the original toy, as well as the Robot Master. I don't have the original toy, I have the Robot Master, and they do fold up very cleanly. So what you can do is flip this forward. As you're doing that, reach in and pull out these claws, and they act like little bladed tunfas for Leo Prime. And this is its Evo Fusion mode, which is one of its known battle modes. And again, you can flip out the mane here, and these blasters can be removed and held in Leo Prime's hands. So you could really arm up the robot mode, which is, again, true to the original Beast Wars 2 toy. You can, of course, also peg these side guns into the mane there. In robot mode, I really don't know why. Unfortunately, you cannot do the Typhoon maneuver where the mane would spin. But you do have universal joints here at the hip. You do have swivel there. This is the knee bend here. You have ankle pivot, which is nice. You do a lot of the rotation on the leg is really more for beast mode than say robot mode, but you can use it. The head does swivel, and I think it's a great looking head. It's a great representation of Leo Convoy. There is a waist, so that's nice. I am a little disappointed that the Maximal Buster was not included. They made a point of including it for uh, the Masterpiece figure, so I don't see why they couldn't do it here. But and if you want, there is an attack with tail. I forget what it's called, but you can flip it out there, I guess. I guess maybe like its shoulder whip or something. And least we forget, stick your nail in. There is his Energon Matrix. Not really the Matrix of leadership, but close enough. So there is that. The arms are on universal joints. They do swivel. The wrists don't swivel due to the transformation, and you have a little over 90-degree bend at the elbow. But again, because of all that animal kibble, you might find it a little limiting. I really dig Leo Convoy. Oh, excuse me, Leo Prime. I slipped there. Oopsies. um, Fun figure. I mean, once you do the transformation a couple times, it's not that bad. I mean, a lot of times it really is just, however you feel comfortable getting part A into position A, do it. The instructions show you one way. I mean, I have to tell you, when transforming from lion to robot, that's a little bit easier, and I just fold everything out. Um, Getting it back into lion mode, you just want to make sure those arms line up to peg in, and uh, and that these panels can close up, but it should be fine. So, I think that's about it for for the review. We'll come back, and I will give you my final thoughts. I have to say, just looking at Leo Prime right now through the camera, it does cut an impressive figure. And I think it really is kind of cool that we're getting this figure in the line, finally, in an original mold. I do have my quibbles, as I mentioned, about the lion paws hanging low. Um, it would have been nice if they. I mean, the Maxwell Buster is not a deal breaker, but it's really like those lion paws. If they were a little closer to the forearm, like if this red hinge could just fold up a little and maybe peg or tuck in, that would make a big difference in terms of the arm articulation and getting that proper silhouette. As it is, the masterpiece I think does that, but unfortunately, I never got the masterpiece, even though I wanted it, because I had heard that there was breakage issues and stuff like that, and that was when there was a run of masterpiece figures that were just incredibly panel filled and fiddly, and stuff could break on them very easily. So I was just there was no way I was going to deal with that. But I got this figure from Amazon as they were shipping out the wave one of the Legacy Evolution figures. Um, and it's still available now, and it's available from other retailers. But here's the thing: Tarn is not shipping, and Scraphook is not shipping yet. So I don't know what's up with that. You might want to try Hasbro Pulse because I think it has all the figures, and in that regard, you can then uh, get everybody all at once, save on that shipping, and just have everything at once the way it used to be. But I've been told I'm crazy like that. But yeah, Leo Prime, fun figure. Definitely, if you're a Beast Wars fan, especially the Japanese Beast Wars, worth a place in your collection. That's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions will help communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you bring figures like Leo Prime to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, I know we're in the time of inflation and what have you. So if you can't swing the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday, which you guys have provided for me over these years. So that's about it for the review. This is your old pal Chuck for Leo Prime. We will see you next time.